Hello guys, welcome. In about 10 minutes the 1-0 Crazyhouse World Championship match will start. The one between Opperwezen and Littleplotkin. And I'm just playing a few games now against Chicken Crossroads to waste the time, so to say. And of course I'll be in time to see the first game start. Let's go Queen G5 here, threatening mate, and then also threatening the knight. Then afterwards maybe I can take the rook. Guess I can take this one, threatening rook at h8 maybe, knight at g5 ideas. It's looking very good for me. Let's see. Knight g5 should be very strong. Yes, that's mate. Okay. And well, about the upcoming match, opperwezen versus littleplotkin, it will be 30 games, and the time control is of course 1+0, and well, maybe opperwezen is slightly favored, but I think it's gonna be a very close match. And it's also the first match of the candidates stage, if I'm not mistaken. So the organizer versus the reigning world champions in the 3+2 section will open the candidates phase, and that's quite nice, I think. Chicken taking a while here. Maybe it's in unfamiliar territory and wants to play the best moves here. I think I'll just go knight f6 and bishop c5 for b4. But with this knight here, the h4 and f4 square are also available maybe in the future. If I play bishop now, he'll take on f6. Then I have to take back with the pawn. But that's not so bad, I think. Can also take back with the queen, but then knight at h5 is annoying. Threatening here, and also the queen will be on f6 then. And I don't think there's any trick with bishop takes f2, so let's just take with the pawn. And well, he would like to play knight at g7 and some bishop at h6, but as long as he doesn't have the material, it should be okay. And for the moment I'm discouraging the development of this bishop, since then knight f4, knight takes g2 may be an issue. And my next few moves probably are d6 and maybe another move now, since he played knight a4. Thinking about d6 and then bishop at b4 take back. And then he has a bishop in hand, but I can move to e8 safely. Yeah, I guess that's fine, d6. Also, we'll be able to take f5 maybe in the future. And the reason I played this is that I want to make him use a blocker. That would be ideal, but I don't want to ruin my pawn structure here. I like this pawn on d6 guarding important squares. Okay, let's go to e7. d7, bishop b5 probably came, and some sacrifice on c6 maybe, but on e7 it seems that I'm fine. And next, if he allows it, knight at g4, attacking the bishop. Okay, he maybe wants to take on f6. I have to deal with that. I can take on f2 and then knight at g4. Seems interesting. Now let's go for it. Since his bishop is still on f1, I probably have some attacking chances here. Do I take immediately or do I wait? Do I play pawn at f2 first? Let's go pawn at f2 first. Because the king will be more awkward on e2 or d2 here. Yeah, I figured he was going to play knight takes f6, but now I maybe have knight f4. And then I can take here and sacrifice something on g5. Or I can just ignore this knight. I guess I'll have to sacrifice. Can also go bishop at e1 maybe. Takes queen here. And at least this knight is away from g5, so let's do that. He can also go king c1, but we'll see what he does. At least it will take him some time to figure it out. Okay, let's take this and just go for it. See how he plans to win this. Ah, this is just rubbish. He can take my queen and it will be over. Okay, good game. Okay, I noticed littleplotkin came online, so they probably will be starting soon. Let me go to opperwezen, who has a lot of trophies, as you can see. And if everything goes well, we'll automatically follow if they start to play. And there we go. So again, 30 games of 1+0, and It's not about winning the match, so 16-14, it's not about getting 16 points or something like that, but it is about getting as much as points as possible, because in the end you will play 7 matches and all the points combined will get you your score. Okay, already very interesting play by opperwezen, this knight at h6 move. It will probably go very quickly. I'll hope to shed some light, some interesting stuff to highlight that in time, but we'll see what happens. Good to have you here, Petrodine. Nice that you made it in time. It is indeed the first game, and opperwezen getting some opening theory preparation out in the first few moves, but Plotkin seems to be holding his own for now. Trying to clear up all the pieces around his king. Good to hear that Legion Destroyer made some adjustments, so it's nice that it's alright now. Okay, littleplotkin really wants a rook for h1, so he'll try to get some trade, and we'll probably see littleplotkin win the first game here. King g8, yes, very nice. And now there will be some mate. Queen f1 or rook at f1. Thanks for following Kleine Beer 98. At least I think you should pronounce it in Dutch. Okay, littleplotkin with the first game there. We'll see. We'll see how opper beats back. It was a very strange opening, but littleplotkin took a few seconds to see what's going on, and then he managed to get quite a nice position there. And now we have Plotkin going all in for f7, sacrificed some material. Opper decides to sacrifice the queen back for 2 knights, which is usually a fine trade in Crazyhouse. The queen should count for 2 pieces, something like that. Okay, knight at d8. Very sneaky attack there. Now I think he has to go bishop f5 to defend. Okay, he decides to go knight f4. But now there probably is some sacrifice and mate coming. He needs one more pawn to mate, maybe queen h5, but then pawn at d2 will be a shot for opper. And knight at c4 ideas come to mind as well. I thought he maybe littleplotkin could have taken that bishop to mate opperwezen there, but he decided against it. And now maybe a rook at e2 takes and pawn at d3 and bishop a6. Trying to lure the queen out. He can take that queen at b5 as mate. Yeah, so he had to run back, but then the queen would come to d3, devastating. Okay, let's see if they repeat the opening. Doesn't seem like it. Opper opting for another opening here. This knight sacrifice is very common. Thank you, Japi. Okay, knight at f3. He sacrificed the queen there, so opperwezen has to sacrifice back. But now he can get knight at f6 in, and wherever the king moves, he has a knight move with check. I can take the rook, double check. Bishop h6 probably, yes, and black already resigns. Okay, Littleplotkin going for knight f3, some bit quieter opening, trying to make use of this e5 square and the pin on c6 knight, and then white will probably pile up on this f6 knight. Maybe another bishop will come at this diagonal, or on g5. Opperwezen notices it and is just putting all his defenders on f6, not allowing Littleplotkin any dark square attack there. And now he got in, or he's almost in, I should say. Knight at h5 maybe coming. We could see a draw here. Okay, now Opperwezen opting to go for bishop at f2. But now that all the diagonal pieces are in the hand of Littleplotkin, and he can go for g7, f6, and Opperwezen has no bishops to defend. But he's just taking all the pieces and saying, well, show me what you got. That we see sacrifice here in knight e5. That was very nice. The bishop covering e7, knight e5 was checkmate in one. Okay. Same line as last game, only now Littleplotkin opts to play knight e4 instead of letting the knight be taken there. Standard piece sacrifice on f2 and then pawn at e4, trying to win the piece back. But usually I think this is good for white, because he gets this nice open f-file to work with knight g5 maybe in the future. Okay, but Littleplotkin holding his own so far. Knight at e3, maybe Opperwezen shouldn't have allowed that, but he's going for it anyway. And now Littleplotkin will try to get in on e3 maybe. Running to the queen side where he seems to be safe. And Opperwezen has to watch out for this nasty check on e3 indeed. And maybe bishop takes h2, or some back rank issues. Luckily the bishop is covering very nicely, and also this square. So Opperwezen calling the bluff here. And Plotkin has no pieces in hand, so rook at g8 is actually mating soon, since he can't block anymore. He sacrificed his rook there to block on f8. But now there's indeed some nasty check, and he wants a knight for c5. And now we have just a dirty time scrabble, where I think Littleplotkin will be the favorite in these 4 or 5 seconds matches, because he's just so quick. We saw that in his match against Garnick, for example. And Garnick was not slow himself either, but Plotkin is just so tricky in these time scrambles. Okay, Opperwezen opting for a quick attack here. This can't be good for Plotkin. Already have to give the queen, and g2 is still not defended properly. Okay, but Plotkin being resourceful, but pawn at a7, promoting to a queen. Now he has to block. Maybe he'll take and rook at b8. And the thing is, if you take with the queen that has promoted, the other player only gets a pawn, so he couldn't block anymore. Sorry about that. But now this is still hard for Plotkin to defend. Rook at h1 is made probably, or f1. and the bishop is still on this diagonal. So okay, not mate just yet. But opper in the driver's seat. He just has to be careful not to lose this on time again. And there already we have this dirty pawn d7 check, winning about a second. But there are no checks anymore. So that's in opper's favor. He can just pre-move now. And Plotkin has to walk the king. So again, time scramble there, but opperwezen managed to be quick enough. 3-3 so far. Very tight match. And I think we'll see a very close result here. Bishop a6 threatening mate here, so you can't take the queen. And this is looking very good for Plotkin. He doesn't have any diagonals left, but material wise, or at least attacking wise, it seems very good for him. Don't know if he should have hung the queen there. I think now opperwezen is starting to take over. He can run the king to c1 for safety. He can just take c4, yes, and repeat if he would like to. And now watch out for knight at c3 takes, or knight at e2 takes c3. Yes, the bishop retreats, so that's not an option anymore. And now opperwezen will start to put all his pieces on the board and make use of his advantage. And this mate will be very hard to deal with. So Plotkin resigns there. A little bit too much sacrificing the queen there, wasn't necessary. He had a nice attacking position. Maybe objectively not good, but in 1-0 it was a very strong position. Okay, littleplotkin going for f7 again, but this g2 square is very very weak, so maybe bishop takes d2 soon, or pawn at h3 stuff. We'll see what happens. Rook at g1 or e8. Can't take that one because that will be mate. And now it should be made soon. Yeah, he finds it. Knight at g4. Nice one. Guess opperwezen missed rook at d8 there. Okay, going for a quick attack on the king side here. Pawn at h6. And as black, you usually don't want to block on g7, because then you'll take and pawn g5 will come, and you will be weak on the dark squares. This is very nice. He's threatening knight at f6 and this knight defense. So now even he can take this one. Yes, and knight at f6 would have been made there. So opperwezen being very strong here. Probably there was a mate or a better move, but he just takes the queen, knowing that it will be a mate shortly, because there was no attack for Plotkin. Okay, last 3 white games won. We'll see if Plotkin can keep up with the pace here. Going for d4, maybe we'll see some pawn at g4 soon. Could see just a draw here, don't know. Yes, opperwezen could claim the draw now. And he does. And well, maybe he can use that draw and score another win here as white. But that was really you could say some master repetition, both chess masters. We see those games at the top of the chess, the usual chess scene. but sometimes it happens in Crazyhouse as well. Not as often, but this was really a grandmaster draw. Oh, it seems like littleplotkin has lost connection. Opperwezen being a great sport and granting him 15 seconds there. That's really nice of him. And now he's getting in on the light squares. Maybe bishop at g6 even works. Yes, Plotkin believes in it. My board's not right. What do you mean, Legion? Do I need to make it smaller? Or bigger? Is it better like this? It seems fine in the preview. Okay. Alright, Opera managed to take the win there. We have this problem again. Yes, I see. It seems to be okay now, right? It could have been a small bug, yeah. All right, let's get back to the game there, and let me know if there are any issues. Opperwezen taking another game here, I think. Knight at h3 and rook at g1 is made. Oh, he goes fancy even. Rook at g1 would have been made as well. Okay, Opera getting away with it. That's a 3-point deficit after with the draw. Littleplotkin didn't manage to get another game in, so we'll have to see if Opera stays on the gas here or that Littleplotkin will manage to get a game back here. Because when you're on a good streak, certainly players like Opera, it will be very hard to beat them. And certainly in 1-0 it could just be 5 games. It could be over in a few minutes. So yeah, you really have to change the rhythm of some player. Play another opening. Try something. And again, this game, it seems like Littleplotkin is trying to deviate, but Opera is just too strong defending here. He can walk to c1 if he needs to. And bishop at f6 maybe already very strong. And a knight on g6 now is made. Yeah, no pieces left for Plotkin to play with. Okay. Plotkin going for a4 there, knowing that Opperwezen will pre-move, winning a pawn here. So that's nice. This pawn at a2 though. Knight c3, he will queen. But very nice response there, pawn at e6. You can take like this, and if you take like that with the knight on g8, pawn at f7 would have been very strong. Probably mate. So very creative game here. This knight on b1 is still hanging. And now opperwezen has to calculate if this is mate or not. And he's just hoping that it won't be mate, running forward. But Plotkin now threatening rook at f7 mate, as well as pawn at g5 and pawn at g4, and knight c3 is also mate. So this will be a win for Plotkin, and that's nice. He's fighting back, breaking the streak. Yeah, bishop d3 also worked. Nice, blocking off the retreat to e4. And this is good for the match, that Plotkin beat back there. Okay, opperwezen again opting for this bishop on the b2 or b7 square. We have seen it before in this match, trying to pressure along the long diagonal, and Plotkin is responding with his own fianchetto here. It's going very fast here. Opperwezen only used 13 seconds for 20 moves. And this king is on g3, but it seems to be safe for now. Probably we'll see some knights to f3, trying to threaten this one. And if g4, just run. e5, very nice move though, opening the d file or the e file, so the queen can, queen or rook can come into play. And Plotkin making a very bad move there. He resigned because pawn at f7 would have been mate. I think he just saw the pawn on e6 and reacted, taking it, walking in a mate in one. That's sad. After a very well fought game, he gave it away there. Okay, opperwezen thinking about bishop at e2 here probably. Or something on knight e2 maybe. Not going for it, and now littleplotkin can take over. Going for f7 and c7 as well. Okay, opperwezen blocking the e file. He might want to, maybe he can go bishop at h5 and pawn d7 should not work. Plotkin banking on this being mate, and he's being greedy, or he just wanted to take the piece, but I think there was a mate there. But still, probably it's probably still winning for Plotkin here. f4 probably is mate. And now we'll see the flag skills of Plotkin going in, but opper very strong here. Bishop at h4 mate. In 1.3 seconds left. He made the last few moves, last 10 moves probably in 2 seconds. Matching the speed of littleplotkin there. Okay, 10.5, 5.5. So we are past the halfway point. And opperwezen is 5 games ahead. And now we see a double-edged game. Opperwezen opting to castle on the queen side. And it seems like Plotkin is fine. He has a good defensive structure. The pawns on the light squares and the pieces are guarding the dark squares. Maybe he should have taken on b2, because now the dark squares are very weak, and we see this combination of the g7 bishop falling as well as the rook. So both pieces around the king are gone, and this is made in a few moves. Queen b5, queen takes c7, doesn't matter. Okay. Knight at g3, good move, but probably should have taken on b2 first, not allowing any bishop takes g7 stuff. And reserve knight at g3 for a later moment. Yeah, and this is the story of the match so far. This block of 3 wins and another 3 wins. It began very even, but then Opper is just taking 6 games out of the last 7. Of course, now you can't take the knights, because then mate on h1 will come. Maybe he'll take now a knight at g5. Okay, goes for knight at d2. And now opperwezen has 2 queens in hand, so queen at g2 is a mate threat. And the problem for littleplotkin is that f6 is covered twice, so he can't go knight at f6 or anything like that. Pawn at okay, maybe he's getting in. Knight at c6, knight at b7, king e7, and nothing. Yeah, there was not enough material there. He tried it, but too loose in the defense there, and Opper too strong in the attack. However you like it. Okay, and again this bishop on b2. Going for it. Yeah, I thought it for a moment as well, Legion. I thought, well, he sees some epic mate here, but he doesn't. He didn't resign, of course. Okay, pawn at e5, queen d4. Yes, there we go. Ah, thank you very much, Legion, for sharing that. Okay, going for it. h4, h5. Something has to happen here for Plotkin. In these longer games, he's just being outplayed by opperwezen, it seems. Knight g6, desperately trying to create a weakness on the light squares. Opperwezen again taking all, but now knight e5 is indeed very strong, winning at least a piece back, and also pawn at f7 could come in here. Rook takes h6, yes, of course. Pawn takes, pawn at g6, rook at h7, rook h8, winning the queen, or he moves to, if he moves to f6, I think you can take the bishop with check and then move the knight back. Bishop at e8 he goes for. Ah, that's a nice find. If you take the rook, then you can promote, and promotion is also a threat now. I think even promote to knight is mate. Yes, if white's the move here, promote to knight is mate. Double check and covering the rook. Yeah, longer games. Yeah, I mean longer games as in moves. It seems like that in most of the games opperwezen is already better at the 15th or 20th move, and so littleplotkin has to do something in the opening rather than waiting it out. But he's got him here. Yeah, nice find. Queen takes h6, pawn g6 mate. Opper sticking to this bishop b2 and bishop b5 system. It's going well for him, so why not? that's a good match strategy, of course, if you're having an opening that scores against a certain opponent. Don't stop playing it unless they refute it, and then you change it up. Or you play it a few times and then you play another opening, and then you can always go back to it, since you know that it will be good for you. I think knight takes c6 here and rook at d7, bishop at g7 would have been very strong. I raising kings, king, welcome. That's a missed opportunity there for Opper, I think, because now the bishops are doing a very nice defensive job, and Plotkin only has to defend f6 now, and he should be okay. There's not many pieces left for opperwezen to work with. This knight is doing a good defensive job though, guarding these squares, but c2 is now a target, and d3 allowing queen at d2. Okay, Plotkin takes 2 in a row. And we'll see if opperwezen deviates next white game, or that he sticks to this b3 system. Yeah, after knight g5, littleplotkin lost a pawn there, so he decided to make it a full sacrifice on f7 and try to do something on the f file here. But I don't think he has enough here. Opper defending. And if this bishop moves, it should be okay, but Opper knowingly that he can run to c8, doesn't even care, and just runs. And he's safe on b8, and probably we'll see a resign soon. Queen takes h2. Rook at g1 would have been made already. Okay, goes for rook at h3. Okay, staying in the b2 system. Bishop b2, I should say. Let's see if Plotkin can take another one here. Going for a slightly different setup here with this c8 bishop still here. And of course not taking this, allowing this bishop to become very active. Now knight d5 could win the queen, but then you would have taken the bishop and this queen would have been also hanging. And there are not many diagonal pieces left for opperwezen to play with. Yeah, what do you play against bishop b2? I think you have to lock down the diagonal. That's the best advice, I think. So probably knight c6, e5. But now we'll see bishop at g5 eyeing these two squares, and it's hard to avoid the mate here, I think. Knight at g4 he goes for. Even he could have taken that knight, I think. Would have been mate. Now takes f6. Okay, goes like this. Queen at g5, and the king has to go forward. Queen f3 was an unnecessary pre-move there, I think. d4 would have been checkmate. But alright. Queen f4 was checkmate as well. Yeah, and I think this is with white. This is the way to go. I'll only then play d5 sooner, so that you have two pawns here blocking this bishop. But it seems that Plotkin has found a way here, missing this bishop takes f2, queen takes c4 trick though. That's harsh. But he's not out of this game yet. Bishop at b3 is coming, for example. And then you would have eyed f7. He's going for knight d5. And now maybe pawn at e6 works. And bishop at f7, or pawn at f7 and pawn at e7. I would have liked pawn at f7 better, and then pawn at e7, so that you have two pawns and you can promote one, and then the other one can promote again. But still, Plotkin is in a commanding position this game. Opperwezen throwing everything he's got, taking the knight back maybe. And now maybe opperwezen takes it. He is very low on time though. Knight e6 takes, okay, knight at f2. Bishop at e5 takes g3 maybe. Oh, this is nasty. Auto queen on, I think. That will cost him the game. He was low on time as well, but I think if he promoted to knight there, that would have been a mate. Yeah, I think this is the way to go, this structure against this bishop. Just block the long diagonal. And then indeed try to find some counterplay yourself. Because the white setup is basically knight here on d2 and f3, bishop on e2, and totally counting on this bishop. And as you can see now, this bishop is doing nothing here. So so far it's a nice. This is a nice game for Plotkin, I think, and I think he will take it. He has to watch out for knight at e7 tricks though. If this knight is now here, but if he moves the knight, then knight at e7 is made. Rook at g8, knight takes f7. So you want to go knight d5 maybe to take this bishop, but you can't. He can play it now, because this knight is now covering e7. But okay, in the meantime, Opper has managed to set up some defense here. And taking over. Queen at f7 must be made. He has two queens in it. Maybe Plotkin missed that. Bishop at h4. Okay, queen h4 even. And knight g7. 16.5, 8.5. That means we have 5 more games. So Opper already won the match now. He won it this game. But as you may know already, it's not about match point, it's about game points. You play 210 games in the candidates, and the 2 players with the most game points get to play the finals. So basically you would like to get as many points as possible. So opperwezen still needs to be focused here. Since I think I'm banking on Opper to be one of the favorites to go to the finals. Together with Jan Lee, of course. But we'll see. Maybe we'll see some surprises this tournament. At least we have a lot of action coming in the next 7 weeks. Chicken Crossroad as well, yeah. Almost missed him, Legion. But I don't know. Yeah, Chicken is of course very fast, but I don't know if he has the the match against Jan Lee or opperwezen. Don't know if he managed to win that, but it's gonna be a very interesting match tomorrow already, I think. Chicken Crossroad against Opper, and we will know more after that match, who we can call favorite or not. But indeed, Chicken should be in the favorite list as well. Okay, would be nice actually if to get some predictions out. Maybe you can let me know what you think, who you think will do well. Or maybe some top 8. Let me see all the players. I guess Jan Lee, opperwezen will be number 1 and 2. That will be my guess, but I don't know who will be number 1 in the candidates. But then again, Plotkin as well could also bounce back, maybe with a few strong matches. We'll see how it goes. Okay, a few more games left here. opperwezen managing again to get a streak of 3 games. And now queen at d2 looks very tempting. But I think littleplotkin can escape to g1 then. So you have to do something else there. Going a rook e8, okay. Saying take this pawn and mate me. But there won't be any mate. Knight at d2 maybe, okay. It's going for takes. Look at his time. This is the situation that Plotkin wants. Opper low on time and chances. Just don't blunder mate here and he'll take it. That's very nice. Bishop at c8. Luring the king away, or rook takes c8, queen of d7 mate. I think we can call this the Benko gambit of Crazyhouse, a6 b5. Sacrificing a pawn for the initiative. This bishop will come to life soon. If there is no mate for Opper here, which there probably is. Queen h5, yeah, very nice. Looks a bit like Plotkin through this game, but okay, this is the last game, I think. Yeah. Okay. And we'll see a score of about 20-10, which well, I thought beforehand maybe Plotkin would have been stronger, but I guess maybe he did not thought so himself. But a nice match. by opper, convincingly taking the win here. And finishing with a beautiful move, queen at g4, pawn at g2 will come. That's a very nice queen sacrifice. Pawn at e2, knight takes e2 then. Okay, Plotkin finding a defense. I thought it would have been made, but Plotkin finds it. Okay, queen g1, rook takes f2, yes. And the queen runs. Rook takes d2, queen d4 maybe. Plotkin is holding on here. And we'll probably see the last game going to Plotkin here. Knight e6, yes. That is a mistake, I think. He should flag now. Rook h7, okay. Wrong pre-move there by opper. Okay. And that's it. 10.5 for Little Plotkin and 19.5 for opperwezen. Well done, opper. Great match. I have the schedule here for the next few games. Those are already scheduled. And I think this is GMT time. So Central European time -1, I guess. So you can check this schedule here. There's also a link on the forum of on Lichess. If you type on the forum, let's see here, CWC, you will find the Crazyhouse World Champion thread, and here the players will announce their matches. So you can check that out there. I would strongly recommend you to follow this Crazyhouse World Champion team. You can join that, and then you will get all the messages that are posted here if you'd like to stay interested. Okay, that's a match for me. Let's see, tomorrow and Thursday I won't be able to make it streaming, I think. Yeah, I have to work both these matches. So hopefully some other streamer will try to get some comments in and get a video up, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, try to catch the games. This first match was great fun, and hopefully will be the signal for great games to come. So okay, that was it for me. Thank you for watching, guys, and I hope to see you next time.